From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikitas, Tabitha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we show you how to play the game. I'm Tabitha, Grebog is up next, and Nikitas is not with us tonight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, computer run program Fleet Action Report episode 254, Faith of the Devil's Heart. And you're welcome, everybody. Yeah, unfortunately Nikitas has some family stuff going on that is well, you know, family's important. You need to do the family stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
However, everyone that's here, we appreciate you as well. We appreciate even those that can't make it. Life happens, and we still love you.
And we also appreciate those who will be here, listening to us in the future.
Yes, from the tubes of you. If you would like to support us, just like being here is support enough, but you could also go subscribe at Twitch. We appreciate our subscribers. Follow us obviously at Twitch. That way you know when we go live. But we kind of keep a pretty good schedule on that. You subscribe here. If you don't want to give, you know, Bezo some more bucks. Oh, did I apparently typoed our into the Twitch thing. It's fine.
It's fine.
But you don't want to give Bezo your bucks. You can go over to Coffee, and which is ko-fi.com/JerryBOG, and you can buy us a cup of coffee. Yeah.
I need more coffee. I'm sitting here looking at my nearly empty stein of coffee and lamenting.
I'm drinking tea. I don't like the taste of coffee. Most of the time, coffee is just too bitter.
Well, that's why I have a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar.
But Tabby, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
I've been super obsessed with a game that somebody introduced me to, got me into, called the Planet Crafter. We're not going to name names, but you know who you are.
I'm sure they feel horrible about it.
Absolutely horrible. No, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the Planet Crafter, and as you know, Grebog, we've been up very late playing a couple of times this past week. I've almost got we're almost at amphibians. So and we just unlocked the T5 heater. I haven't put any down yet, but had to untangle a couple of logistical snafus. But hoping to get our automated T2 drone production up and running, maybe tonight. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, played some STO, played through the TFO the other day. We'll see how it goes on second playthrough now that I know what to expect. But my first impression was not great. But other than that, just enjoying my summer vacation. And got my window AC unit put in and turned on, and here we are. How about you?
Here we are.
Here we are.
So I've learned that having two neurodivergent people playing a game together means that time does not exist until, oh shit, it's time. We should have been in bed hours ago. You know, so yeah, been playing a lot of Planet Crafter with a friend.
I wonder who that friend is.
Don't know. We really need to. I need to take you through the story on that planet before we get too much further because it's interesting. I'll just say that. But so yeah, Planet Crafter. I do WoW stuff still. I've been tinkering with the new stuff in STO. The TFO, I actually kind of like it. I did have one commentary about it, which we'll cover when we get to talking about the event and all that. But yeah, well, actually, I have a couple commentary things, but I'm trying to think what else today. I think Planet Crafter, WoW, and STO is my most of my week on stuff and things. But apparently Deca has just decided that this was the week of weeks to drop all kinds of information and updates for those that were thinking, oh, we aren't getting new content or they aren't really working that hard on the game, which I don't know why you think that. They dropped so much stuff this week that I hope that helps people feel more reassured that Deca is working hard on the game. Because yeah.
Well, the people who can be reassured will be, but the people who are committed to pessimism and doomsaying will not be reassured. In fact, they will somehow twist this as further evidence of STO's imminent downfall.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't mean to put this in our notes, but there was a leak, sort of. If you have the Paladin or Ranger, they have new skins, or they've been remastered, I should say. They have remastered those two ships. Now, they are already in the same family. So like if you have one, you can make it look like the other. Actually, let me pull up. And so there's become theories. And the theories are that, let's see.
It's a demon?
No, they're bunnies. So I put two things that have been said at different times together. At one point, someone asked the devs when they were around in a stream or doing a stream about us getting any more legendary ships. Well, that they said yes, that they have one plan for this year, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what ship they'll choose, and they didn't specify, they didn't clarify, but then they updated the Paladin Ranger skin for materials and appearance, remastery, all that fun stuff. And so now, normally they don't remaster ships. Well, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. So don't get me wrong. Sometimes they don't remaster ships unless there is a new variant coming. And it makes me wonder if the new legendary ship is going to be a Paladin / Ranger.
Rangerin?
Yeah, a legendary variant, which would make sense why both variants got remastered. So that's just speculation. It's probably not true. I'm just guessing.
I mean, it's speculation that has merit.
But anyway,
I like the Ranger. It's an adorable little ship. I don't like the Paladin though.
Yeah. So, which also means we might, because like, so obviously there's one of the Ranger and the Paladin. One's a temporal ship from the future, and one's a TOS era variant, which makes me think if they were to do a legendary variant, they would give us a 2409 variant, because they could easily fit that in between the two. Anyway, so other news, stuff that was officially said, Borticus sent out messages on Blue Sky that I don't know why these weren't put into the patch notes, but he did say that this was in game and people have verified it. Donating dilithium now gives 3 fleet credits per dilithium instead of the 1-to-1 ratio. So now when you delete one dilithium, you get 3 fleet credits. So if you delete 1,000,000 dilithium, you would get 3 million fleet credits. Do note there is a 10 million fleet credit cap. And people have started like, okay, well, with this increase, are we going to get an increase to the cap? And Borticus is like, why aren't you spending your fleet credits? Which is a valid response.
Well, why don't we have more things to spend fleet credits on?
Well, and that to me might be the honest solution is maybe we need more fleet credit options. Thanks. Also, as part of this is donating duty officers now give twice the fleet credits than they used to. I don't know if I have not checked. I'll probably have to get back with people on donating a duty officer, buying a duty officer from the starbase and then donating it. Is it still a loss? My guess is yes, because if I remember correctly, you only got basically 1/3 of what the cost was. If anything, so like if you pay 750 fleet credits, you only got 250 back. Now it would just be you pay 750 fleet credits and you got 500 back. So it wouldn't be as big of a loss, but you know, the closest I think they might ever do is like make it so that way duty officers, you buy them from the starbase, or starbase, and then when you donate them, you get basically it's a 0 to 0. You spend 750, you get 750. But I don't know that. Honestly, I'm fine even if it still is a loss. You want to take the next one?
Sure. The Promellian command cruiser enters the Infinity Lockbox. This is the show out. This is the ship out of the show TNG episode Booby Trap, where the Enterprise D gets stuck in like this power drain asteroid field thing, and there's a power drain field being projected by this ship, and the ship in question is the Promellian command battlecruiser. Well, I mean, not specifically named command battlecruiser, but I mean, it's the Promellian ship. The weapons on this, okay, so the details on this weapon is 5-3 weapons. The seating is commander, engineer command, lieutenant tactical intel, lieutenant commander tac intel, lieutenant commander universal, lieutenant engineer, and ensign universal. The console is it's a universal console gamma burst. Now this is interesting. Taunts target and 9 nearby foes within 5 kilometers for 10 seconds. After which a PB AOE radiation burst, 5 kilometers sphere and to self.
Pushback.
Plus, what's that?
The PB is pushback AOE.
Pushback AOE. Radiation burst in a 5 kilometer sphere, and to yourself you get 20% hull regen and plus 1200 all damage resistance rating. It should be noted that live testing is only showing about 100 damage resist, so I wonder where that discrepancy comes in.
Yeah, there's question whether this was intentional, that it only did 100, or if it was an accident. Because if it were to give, because the way the resistance ratings go, it has I can't think of the word now. Basically, you can dump more and more, and it gets less and less of a gain.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah, diminishing returns. This plus 1200 would probably put most people near the cap, which would be giving you a 75% damage resist reduction. Damage reduction, so.
It's still a great tanking console, though.
Yeah.
Starship trait, Gravitic Inversion, triggered by foe, targeting buff, engineering and command abilities. Create 3 gravitic inversions equidistant around you for 15 seconds that draw in up to 5 enemies each, does radiation damage, and reduces turn rate and flight speed by 80%, 45-second cooldown. So I don't...
Here's a note. This might make you feel better, Wicked Styles. This ship, while yes, the console and the trait might be good for tank builds, we already have better ships in game that cost Zen. So, and so they're easier to access. One of which is the legendary Borticus. That is would be a cheaper way to get a better ship to do the same thing. Yeah. People are not impressed with the ship itself.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I continue to like about this game is the fact that yes, they give you all these like super expensive, snazzy, fancy lockbox ship that cost tons of money, but a lot of them, they're really novelty or nostalgia pieces.
Or theme.
A lot of your what's that?
Or just in the game for theme builds.
Theme builds. Yeah, like you can get like a lot of your staples and a lot of your key things are gonna be C-store event ships that you can and just the stuff that you can get by playing for free.
Yep. As also typically when they drop a new ship into a lockbox, there is a master key sale, which is going on now until June 8th, which is 15% off all keys, and the 20 key ring bundle with the ultimate tech upgrade in it is returning to the store during the sale. So if you are someone that is buying keys to sell to turn into EC or whatnot, now is the time to stock up on keys because they are on sale.
Indeed.
They did a big update to the Endeavor system. I've heard many things on whether people like it or not, but it's basically so the cap increased from 750 to 1250. There are now 20 new perks that you get. You can go into they have a nice blog post that has all of the perks, some of which are really cool, really neat. Though I've heard some complaints that they wish that carriers would have gotten some love because there's nothing in the 20 new perks that boosted the carriers at all. So
sad face.
They also added in as an Endeavor store that as you progress through the Endeavor system, once you get to 450 Endeavor perks unlocked, you get a title Endeavor Enthusiast. 600, you'll get a once for your account 300 Lobby. 750, you get the title To Boldly Go. And at 1250, you get this like silverish, goldish, glinting Endeavor Vanity Shield. It's sort of like, it's not the Platinum Shield, Vanity Shield, so don't worry about that. But it made me had a reminiscent thing of oh, that looks like they might have taken it and recolored it, which might be what they actually did. I don't know. And now there's questions for new players. Am I sponsored? No. Sorry.
Where?
If you know how to get sponsored by the game,
we appreciate that compliment though.
But starting, if let's say a new player were to start the Endeavor system, you have a whopping 5.7 years without the KDF boost, to get all of that done, which is a pain. Hey, Pax. If you get the KDF boost, KDF recruit, you get a 10% boost. It still is going to take you 5.19 years. So someone starting today is not going to finish until 2030. Maybe even 2031. See, to me, that seems...
You don't miss any weeks.
Any days. You
or
would have
any
to
day.
you would have to play every day for 5.7 years, or even 5.19. Like, you have to play for over 5 years to get this done.
And not just play, but you have to do these specific endeavors.
I'm not trying to poo-poo it. It's that's a wall. I know there are people that were done when this came out, so they now have more stuff, more endeavors to do. But so they added in 500 new perks. Someone did the math of a 400 perk point. I believe I got this math from Spencer. Spencer did a great job on talking about the Endeavor system and its flaws and potential ideas that they could do to make it better. I honestly, you should. That'd be another content creator. Go check that out. But the 450 perks, it would still take you 2 years without the KDF recruit boost, or just shy of 2 years. So even the players that were already capped, it's going to take them over 2 years from now. Well, from when this got put in on Tuesday to get done. Now I've heard people complaining about this because, oh, I was halfway and now I'm not. I have so much more work to do now. Or oh, I was done and now I have to do it again. And I like just playing the game and not having to worry about the Endeavor system. I get that, except one, they're not forcing us to do it. Two, they aren't taking away what we've already accomplished.
And three, they're giving us more.
And three, they're giving us more. When they first implemented the Endeavor system, they almost called it the Forever Endeavor system, because their idea was that this was meant to be something that was ongoing permanently in game to boost, like, to reward players for daily progress and work. They noticed that even after implementing, like, this is all stuff Borticus has put out there, that after putting in this in the game, daily gameplay increased. So, I mean, to them, they saw it as it works. Their intention was to get people to play the game more. Then they put this in, and the people played the game more. So
it was an it's a free incentive to play, because I mean, they need to do whatever they need to do to keep people playing, and so they can either do that by offering free things that attract people, or they can either do that by exploiting people's wallets. I would rather the former than the latter.
Wicked Styles, I'm pretty sure they've been very clear that buying the perk points will never happen, because, and also with the fact that they saw, like, as I said, that they saw an increase of engagement in the game by adding in the Endeavor system. That to them means it's more valuable to them, the game company, to have people playing and progressing through the Endeavor system versus just buying it out. Though there are some tricks using KDF recruits. Technically, yes, Deca has taken over. So, I mean, technically it could change. They could go a different route than Cryptic did. But Borticus is working for Deca now, and he is the one that's been talking about it and said, you know, they got the engagement they wanted, and so I don't see them doing the buyout. But, like, okay,
Yeah.
There is a way to get some 5 free perk points if you take advantage of the Endeavor system that the KDF recruit, like, so when the KDF recruit event comes around, if you want to get 5 free perk points, fill your account up with KDF recruits, and then eventually go through each one of them, unlocking the KDF, like the recruit Endeavor part of that KDF recruit, and you'll get 5 perk points just by doing your endeavors on that recruit. So if, let's say, you have 20 slots open, you could get 100 perk points just by doing that. So there is
And then you
ways
can delete
to
them and do it again.
yeah, and then you can delete them and do it again. Anyway, I think we spent enough on that. R&D weekend is starting up. It'll start tomorrow and go to June 10th, which means all R&D material here. I'm going to just speed through the rest of this so we can get to the content. We're at 30 minutes already.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's go.
So that means all R&D material packs are 25% more materials. Harvest nodes grant 2 extra materials, and all R&D projects reward 50% more of that school's experience. Also 20% off all R&D packs in the Zen store. In the past, this has been the promo R&D packs that have been in as part of this, which means they'll have Lobby and a chance at the T6 ship box. I don't promise that's what it's going to be. It should say it when you see them in the Zen store. Also, Duty Officer Weekend, also June 6th to June 10th. All accommodation XP is increased by 50%. Get free special purple Duty Officer with a unique active roster power at the Duty Officer contact. So for Federation aligned captains, you get an exocomp. For KDF aligned captains, you get a Reman. The Academy scanning event returns for earning traces to buy a Duty Officer. So if you want to go run around, scan traces, you can get a bunch of the traces and buy a special Duty Officer. Or I don't know if it's special. You can do this every time it comes around. Also, as part of this, there was going to be a Duty Officer packs that will be on sale for 20% off. And also, in the past, this has been the promo variants of the Duty Officer packs that have Lobby and a chance for ship in a box. Even if you have captains that need Duty Officers, I would wait until the sale starts up and buy the Duty Officer packs then. I always recommend, if you need Duty Officers and you're thinking about buying packs, wait to a sale, a promo sale especially, because if you're buying Duty Officers, you might as well take a shot at getting a ship in a box. But yeah. So tonight the main topic is going to be about the Heart of the Matter event. Which is live. It went live Tuesday and will be live until July 2nd. You have to get 20 days of completions. So you have plenty of time. You have until July 2nd to get this. The only things that you can do to get the completions is the new TFO, which is Devil's Heart. It's a ground TFO. And then there's also a new mini episode, as they call it, All That Matter. It is one of the few episodes that is a space only episode, so you don't have to worry if you hate ground. It's all space. Pax, you already said good evening. Good evening again.
Hello, Pax Federatica. How are you doing?
I've already heard some people with skipping through all the cutscenes and dialogue. You can get the episode done in about 6 minutes. As a reward, you get the Kidda's Boon set, which is a console universal Kidda's Promise. This is going to be an amazing console for a lot of anti-proton builds, because it has a plus anti-proton damage, and then it also reduces, or it gives you more current and max on all subsystem power, increases your power transfer rate, and then also reduces weapon power cost. So it would be a great console for most energy weapons, though having the anti-proton damage there, it's going to make it lovely for any anti-proton builds. It also has the Kidda's Portal Transphasic Torpedo Launcher, which I've heard people skeptical on how good or bad it is. Yet max level is still 65. So I've heard people asking for an increase to that. I don't know that that'll happen. Anyway, this transphasic torpedo, it does kinetic damage, though it has a 20% chance, a proc chance to do a Torpedo Transport Warhead 3, which will basically beam a torpedo straight through the shields and onto the ship and explode. Yeah. I don't know how good or bad that torpedo is. I haven't heard many people talking great yet about it, but I would say it's at least mediocre. If you don't have a good don't have a good torpedo, it might be good for you. And then
having a torpedo that you can reclaim on starter characters is it's very handy.
Yeah, and then also there is the Kita's control anti-proton beam array. This does not say Omni, but everyone I've heard talk about it says it's an Omni beam array, which means you can only have one set Omni, which means if you have the Pavin, or if you're using, like, let's say, since it's anti-proton, the Baul anti-proton set Omni, you can't use this one. The interesting thing about this one is it has no weapon power cost to fire. So you can only equip one of them. But yeah, so it could be interesting to get like more of these no energy cost or no weapon power cost weapons. And I had a funny thing. It was like, if we get enough of them, stack them on one ship, and then I don't know, stack a bunch of fire cycle haste and watch your beams just constantly go.
Oh no! Oh my!
I think they'll make sure they never do that.
Yeah,
so
that's never gonna happen.
There's a set bonus, a 2-piece regenerative drain amplifier, which means when you do drain abilities, it heals your hull. And the 3-piece is Devil's Kiss, which does a pushback AoE, subsystem power drain, and anti-proton damage, and a delayed explosion. So interesting. Also, you get 3 TFO reward boxes, which lets you pick either a spec point or a enhanced universal tech upgrade. And I think you also get a pack of dilithium, or maybe not. Oh, nope. It does cap at 50,000 dilithium, but it doesn't say that you get you get 30,000 dilithium more when you complete this once, which that's 5,000 dilithium more higher than we normally get. Because don't we normally get only 25,000 on completion of these?
Yeah, we only get like 25,000 more, but like they're also charging us more for the buyout.
That was also something I noticed. Unless I'm wrong, the buyout is 6,000 Zen base with a discount as you progress, and I thought they were like 3,000 or 4,000 Zen before. This seems like it got a lot higher, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Also something to note, this event is based around a novel called The Devil's Heart.
And I actually read that many years ago. And it came out in the early 90s, but pretty much it follows the Enterprise D and crew as they find this artifact called the Devil's Heart, and the nonsense that ensues. And it's a really good book. It's actually generally considered to be one of the best, among the best of the Star Trek books. And so and it's on Amazon for like $10. Well, depending on how you buy it, you could get it like a free Audible trial and get it for nothing, or find it somewhere else. But used bookstores are probably going to have it because it was originally printed in the early 90s.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty exciting to see something from a novel get like built upon in the game, and it kind of shows that these people care about Star Trek. They're doing stuff from the novels. They're doing stuff from obscure points, and so it's cool.
And that link is to the Amazon. It shows the Amazon's page for it. That book. All right, we're gonna start with the new mission.
I have not done this yet.
We get contacted by Nethpar. Are we gonna skip through stuff, or are we gonna?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Let's skip through this stuff because like it's already quarter till.
The Vesta was taken from the novel. Yeah. They've pulled a few things from novels already. And they even have taken, like, the Sally Ride is in game, which those that that was a content, like someone made their own story, like didn't they? I can't remember if it was a TTRPG game or if it was just someone did, hey, we're doing our own little Star Trek mini series type thing, and it was on the Sally Ride. But I know that like was.
But also, like the Theseus is from the graphic novels.
Yeah, and they've been adding in also things from games that we have played. Like, I think that was part of like the licensing, like we heard about not long ago. That we've got new licensing to be able to access more Star Trek content. Anyway. So, the mission, all that matters. The TLDR here is we get contacted by Captain Nethpar of the Zenkethi Coalition. He talks about how they've been helping with the Khitomer Alliance and what's been going on there. And there's something weird going on at 13 Ceti. And a protomatter particle has been stolen from they believe, the Lucari. Based on the signature of the protomatter. So we are going to try to track down said protomatter.
I'm out here at the start site.
I'm on my way. This is a mini episode. It is fairly quick. Like I said, someone has already said skipping through everything as fast as possible. It took them 6 minutes. I don't know that I am as efficient as this person, but yeah. All right. I'm ready to begin.
Begin.
Oh, it sent me straight in. And here we see the person that has stolen said protomatter.
Meanwhile. Well, if we're skipping the things, yeah, y'all might remember Captain Nethpar from the
I've set up a sensor
from earlier in STO. What mission was it?
A lot of the Lucari stuff.
Yeah.
You go to the episodes. I'd have to. Anyway. Scanning distortion.
Scans indicate slight elevations in cosmic neutrinos and small-scale quantum fluctuations.
Sensors reveal residual protomatter subspace markers. Our thieves are likely nearby.
I'm detecting a biogenetic energy signature located within a
But there's some good story in this. I encourage you all to at least play it through and watch it all, once. There is an interesting reward at the end of this. I also another reason why you might want to run it once on every captain.
Passive sensor arrays are detecting an enormous gravimetric distortion close by.
And we'll talk about the reward once we get to the end. It's a weapons platform.
Not anymore, it ain't. No, it's just scrap metal. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the scenes on this. Well, they do a really good job of a lot of this. There is something to note. The cruisers in this will sometimes put a shield on one of the targets, or one of their friendly targets, and it will give them an immunity bubble. So take out cruisers first. If you're, yeah.
Mars and heavy vessels incoming.
Or if you're fully loaded with Baul anti-protons, you can just kill everything at the same time.
Satellite Beta is down.
And if you don't like scripted losses, at the end is sort of a scripted loss.
Of course it is.
I really do think they're setting us up for something.
Good work. Satellite Gamma has been neutralized.
All right, so now that we've done that, we have to get our protomatter. There is an accolade for each of the different types. So you have a choice here. I'm curious.
Well, I'm tactical.
The madness of your ways, Thrawn.
Click tactical. I already clicked the science. Let's see what happens.
How did you acquire the protomatter, Thrawn?
Oh, I didn't get an accolade.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Oh, insult to injury. I got that one. Which that would have been the tactical one. I love how, like, he's like, oh, I'm going to, like, you know, I'm going to destroy you or whatever, basically. And you're like, yeah, I don't buy it. You couldn't hurt a fly compared to what I could do. It's kind of what you tell them.
And then we proceed to prove it.
Yeah.
This protomatter has been
You don't scare me.
Destroy that protomatter.
I, for
This
one,
is the choice
am of
option I
opinion
don't
that we should
like.
study it. There may be
Ah, Kamarke. I always vote to destroy it, because destroy it.
cube.
Something might come up and try to steal it while we're trying to study it. Like a Borg cube, apparently.
Wait, why can't I do anything?
That's part of this TFO, or this mission.
It's useless. The Borg cube has adapted.
And their rationale is the Borg cube is adapted, your weapons are worthless against it right now. So, you know.
Including Trill and Tellarite Borg.
We're left with no choice. We must use the protomatter against the Borg.
I still think, you know, Kamarke, I understand science. However,
Stable.
you're risking everyone's lives by letting it go.
Must be another way.
Like, or letting it,
Damn.
trying to study it.
Targeted Higgs boson
Which,
pulse
in this case, as soon as I was like, oh, I voted to destroy it, and then this happens, I'm like, yeah, I was right, you were
should
wrong.
get closer to the Borg cube to detonate the protomatter.
And then we detonate it. Which I'm like going, didn't we learn that detonating these protomatters, that bombs were bad? This looks bad, MK.
What's happening to it?
We just terraformed a Borg cube. Oh, and it gets better.
Wait, it gets better.
What is
No,
something
it doesn't.
mysterious?
It isn't over yet.
Already on it. And to you.
I will notify Alliance.
When we depart system, we get to see something else was affected by the protomatter explosion. We apparently terraformed a Zenkethi state battle station as well. With Borg tech.
Oh no.
So it's been terraformed and it has Borg stuff. So I'm sure everything is going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure the mix of the control Borg nanites and protomatter is going to be just great.
Yeah. So in the first cutscene, they show you that there's control Borg that's trying to manipulate, or well, when the Zenkethi walks away from tinkering with the protomatter in the lab, the a control Borg person extends an arm down and does something with it. And that's yeah. So here's the interesting reward. It's the Zenkethi protomatter capacitor. It's a device for your ship, and it repairs all disabled subsystems. So if you're using one of the builds that knocks a subsystem offline, great thing to have on your ship. Also, directed energy weapons gain a 10% chance to inflict 43.5 radiation damage, which is okay. And that's only for 10 seconds. Though that could work if you have a radiation build. Something to note. So I could just back out of this, exit, not claim the reward, which means this will get annoying whenever I log into this guy. It'll say, hey, you can claim it. And I technically, like I since I didn't take the reward this time, I don't have my daily done. But we're about to do the Devil's Heart TFO. If anyone wants to join, please speak up very quickly, because we want to get in there and get this done. This is an interesting ground TFO. Some people hate it. Some people love it. I don't know that there's many people in the middle. I mean, some people hate ground, so... let's just go ahead. I know there's a delay and we're not giving them a whole lot of time to speak up, but due to time, let's just, you ready?
I'm ready. Due to temporal constraints.
Wayun. So in the first part of this, the briefing is notably extra long. The devs know about it. They were going to push out a patch that would shorten it from its minute and a half at the start to either be a minute or 45 seconds. They didn't. I don't know if they specified how much shorter it was going to be. But yeah. So if you notice, left side and right side, there are 3 doors. There will portals that will show up in front of each door, and it's a sequence. It'll be the first one on the left and the first one on the right. And then it'll be the second one on the left and the second one on the right, and then the third and the third. That will take you into different sets of rooms. Now, some of the rooms are basically divided in half. Like one room, like the first room is divided in half. Basically, you have to defeat all your enemies on your side, and then you will get a portal that will allow you to go over to help your friends on the other side. So splitting the group up, so half go one way. So Tabby, why don't you come over here with me? So yeah, once we go, you know, we clear that. The second room, very similar to the first, in a way, except there's now hazards and there's a penalty if you get hit by one of the hazards. You will see a cone going out and you need to get out of the cone and not get hit. If you get hit, it counts a penalty. And at the end, it reduces how many of the marks you can get. Yeah.
Split up and choose a path. Control Borg cipher drones have hacked into our security fields. Defeat them.
So the main goal is defeating the specific Borg drones here.
The futility of your existence is palpable.
I have opened an interim gateway.
So our side has completed, so the gateway is open. We can hit the teleport across and go and help them finish off their side.
Your feeble minds fail to comprehend.
Labs are clear. The first security field has
Then you go back to the door that on the outside. and you can teleport back out. And I would say just stick to the side you were on the first time. Here is the hazard rooms.
Our chiller is compromised.
Oh, that was bad.
Activated this level's
So I'm in the side where we have this beam that goes around back and forth.
and use the gateways to avoid the barriers.
And so basically, I highly recommend standing next to the gateway. Because when it starts coming back, so it's coming back, go back up to the thing, teleport across, so you're in the safe spot. And that's that. That's how you avoid the getting hit. And see, now that the gateway has been cleared, on the other side again, I'm going to teleport back across so I can take out the bad guys. You can run through it. It doesn't really do much damage. It just penalizes you and the group for being in the bad. And once you clear your section,
You triumphed. I have opened another interim gateway. Secure the remaining room.
and now the room below us needs help. This one's a cone. So when the cone is on your section, you can run out of this to avoid it. However, there's sometimes not a whole lot of room, and it's easier to get to the portal and just have it teleport you across.
Gateways to avoid the flux chiller's
Or you could
thermal
die while
blasts.
you're trying to get to the portal. That's an option.
But we already have to head across because the only enemies are on the other half. And once we finish this off,
Yeah, for some reason my auto firing isn't working. Shoot!
Flux chillers are clear. The second security field is down. Return to the central hub.
which means go to the edge and teleport to the central hub. Now, once again, looks like we had 2 people go left, so I'm going to go right.
Modifying the console codes in our particle
And here you have to defeat enemies. They will drop key cards. You take the key cards over to one of the consoles and activate it. Pick up the card. You just have to run through it. It will put a little key card icon over your head, and you can run up to the console and click it. Now, when it was first done,
to secure the consoles and
there was a bug, I think, and it allowed me to run through one key card, and okay, it looks like our side is mostly done. Because we can hit the center portal. So once your side's done, you can pick up a key card and unlock the center portal and go over and help your friends.
access codes can expire. Make use of them quickly.
But it will keep spawning bad guys on either side until you activate all the consoles. So you could take forever in here, but
The final security
yeah.
field is down.
And now we have the final room. This is the boss room. They just reworked it,
Go to the shard.
making it harder in here because apparently the boss was too easy, in their opinion.
I mean, when I went through it the other day, it was really easy.
Here we have the key cards,
for
and
every-
we're gonna have beams that strafe, I believe,
Regain control of the console.
or maybe
Now,
not.
for anybody who watched through Prodigy, does that thing look a little bit familiar?
Vulnerable to our attacks. We must defeat its drones. Retrieve the modified access codes from the Aetherian infiltrators.
So we have to again access consoles and activate them as you get them done. And as you can see, it does a chase.
We have regained control of the console.
Security, strength, victory.
I'm gonna teleport across. There's no one over here, and I'm gonna access consoles. And that person just stood there and took it like a champ.
More
Thank you.
Aetherians are beaming in.
Come on, come on, access console.
A third console has been secured. It is working.
No, get out of that.
Such discord. The ether prohibits it.
A fourth console has been secured.
Someone with a key card, come to this console over here.
I've got a key card, but I'm in this weird. Are you
They got
kidding me? They put you down in a chamber and you have to solve a puzzle while beams are trying to kill you.
Yes.
You shall not prosper. So vows Iconia. I
That's not the gun I'm holding.
And then I heard a lot of comments about that. They're like, well, that's not the weapon I've been holding or I was using.
The Iconian Alliance is indebted to you and your task
Of course,
force.
all the
Your assistance, our bastion might
all the
never
cutscenes are
survive
like
this attack,
that.
Not to mention the
Yeah.
unexpected Etherean onslaught. Today, we live to celebrate another
And here was
resounding
my comment about this. So we got -0 marks. We didn't get any penalties in the final room. But we did get some penalties from the chiller hazards. I put this on Blue Sky to Borticus. My issue of making it show how many marks you're losing is going to upset people. So there are toxic players in this game, unfortunately, and they're going to be like, oh, well, you guys were just too stupid to not get hit by stuff, and we didn't get all the marks we could have. And most of our TFOs, they reward you for doing the right thing. And this here shows it as a penalizing you for doing the wrong thing. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, unfortunately, the toxic players are going to use that as fuel.
It's negative reinforcement versus positive reinforcement, and negative reinforcement is a playground for player toxicity.
Yeah, that was my one main comment. Like, I get it. You're still going to get the same marks whether or not, whatever. It's just they armed the toxic players with some more cannon fodder. And that's my complaint. Otherwise the TFO is great. In my opinion, I kind of love it. Tabby, did you like it better this time, knowing more?
A little bit, yeah.
It's still kind of annoying having to dodge the hazards, but I don't see it as being that big of a problem. Oh, I should check. So there's the new TFO. Can we find it in this list? I want to see if they added it in with a higher difficulty possibility. And no, they did not. At least not yet. Deca, when you add TFOs in, I would love seeing advanced and elite being a variant of said TFOs being added. Mainly because it gives the people playing the harder content more stuff to do, and it becomes less monotonous of doing. Like, the number of times I've done ISE is absurd. Like, I was in a group, we were doing random elites, and we had ISE proc 3 times. I'm like, ISE's not bad.
Wasn't
It's just
that us on Monday?
Huh?
Wasn't that us on Monday?
Oh, maybe. Well, that was just advanced. But even still,
Oh yeah.
even still, I'd love to see more for the advanced and elite content get basically buffed and having more content available to it. Yeah. I think that's. Anyone have any questions about the mission or the TFO? Give a real quick while we are wrapping things up here. Next week we plan on going back to our finishing out the Cardassian struggle episode playthroughs that we were doing. So because I believe we were at the factory in the new link. Or should be the next 2 that we cover.
Indeed.
If there's no questions, I guess that's an episode. Wow, we kept it to at 1 hour and 6 minutes. It's not bad.
Should we taunt Nicodemus with that?
Well, I did go into my we need to wrap up this news because it's taken us forever, and I went done. Yeah. I like I said, I still my biggest complaint about that TFO is that stupid the negative reinforcement side of it. Otherwise, it's a great TFO. So like I said, next week we're going back to the Cardassian struggle to finish it out through the playthrough. If you want to know more, because we tend to also talk about some of the game lore and Star Trek lore as we are playing through the missions, because, well, that's important to us. We like lore. Well, I don't know. Lores can be a little bit questionable.
I like data more. Data more. Trust data, not lore.
See, that's what Star Trek has taught me. Trust data, not lore. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming hanging out while we recorded another live episode. Catch us. So Monday we will be doing a fun night. Anyone that wants to tag along while we do probably advanced TFOs, we will do that. And we can probably bring people in and help you get your marks and whatnot. And then next Thursday we'll, like I said, Cardassian struggle, finish that out. Yeah. For Nicodemus,
Well, everybody-
see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Stick
Or
around.
do. I mean, I'm not your mom.
I mean, yeah. Stick around. We will be rating somebody. I don't know who yet. So live long and prosper, everybody. Computer, end program.